before we get into the game, it's just a little bit over 3.5 weeks to launch. Can you believe it? So we are, folks. We are a little over 3 weeks away from having this game in your hands and letting you play.
Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Chicago Chronicles. So, a series of streams in which we are trying to conquer Chicago in Empire of Sin. My name is Maciej, and together with me are our dear guests from Romero Games. Can you introduce yourselves?
Hi, I'm Katie. I'm the lead narrative designer.
I'm Ian O'Neill, and I'm the principal combat designer at Romero Games. We're going to carry on from where we left off the last stream. So we're going to go have a sit down with Angelo Jenna, our bloody Angelo, as he was known. And also, like, as always, we are playing on a live dev build, so there are bugs, there are going to be issues. If we encounter anything, they will be fixed for launch. But right now, we are playing on a very hot build. So,
yep.
Nora is my medic. It's been a while since I played this. I'm trying to remember what we did. Oh yeah, she's pure medic. She's pure healer. Yep. So. Nora is a mob doctor, so she has her heal, which is her standard heal. She has lifeline, which will make sure that anybody close to her bleeds out instead of just dying. She has remedy, which is a heal over time, hot, and that lasts for 3 rounds. And what I want to do then is I want to prolong that remedy effect. Mm-hmm. So malpractice actually prolongs any status effect that this mob doctor will inflict. So that's both positive and negative. So if she inflicts a bleed, it'll get an additional 2 ticks. But if she puts a positive heal, a heal over time on somebody, it'll also be increased for 2. So I'm going to go for malpractice for this.
Angelo, he's one of the real bosses from the game. There's 9 real bosses and, let's see, 5 fictional bosses. And he there he is. Yeah, he's part of the Jenna crime family. So how many brothers did he have? I want to say something like 7 brothers. Angelo was killed in 1925, and him and Dean O'Banion had a big beef with each other, and I think it was Angelo, it was Dean O'Banion, I think, put the hit out on Angelo to kill him, or Angelo tried to put a hit out on Dean. They basically tried to kill each other, and one or both succeeded, I guess. But yeah. So we kind of just tried to use some of Angelo's real, background in his missions and in his personality in the sit-down, as you can see now.
Awesome. So I see that you updated the game, actually, because now we see a lip sync there. That wasn't before.
Have we added something new? I do remember many requests for lip sync, so... We worked hard. We worked really hard, and we've added lip sync. So I'm trying to. I want to be friends with Angelo here. I don't want to kick off a fight with him because I don't want things to go bad. I'm going to try and stay buddy with Angelo, and I'm going to try and use him in the war that we're going to pick up with Stephanie later on. So I want to stay on his good side. I don't want to anger him, and he's quick to anger. He has a bit of a temper.
Okay.
Oh, little Angie's trying to tell me what to do. Try keeping your own fucking house in order.
Do I use? Thanks, Hazel. Yes, I do use beard oil.
Growing up with my brothers taught me plenty about dealing with hotheads. Like sometimes you gotta talk before things blow up. You willing to talk business?
Yes, Angelo, I am willing to talk business.
Speak while you still got my attention.
Your speaks ain't quite as slick as mine.
Your hair looks great as well, Katie.
They could use a lick of paint, know what I'm saying? I could help you expand your rackets on the cheap.
What's happening right now is it's a bonus exchange, so I don't know, sorry if you already covered this, but basically every boss starts with 2 Empire bonuses, and nice. Jenna's is in speakeasies, and...
What's that, I hear a free lunch?
But basically he's going to offer Capone... His bonuses and Capone's going to offer Genesis.
Around town. Yeah,
right.
You could help me do something similar for my cat house. Get the brothels done up fancy, a little cheaper. What do you say?
Yeah.
Fine. I'll trust you this one time.
It's fair to say this worked out better than I thought it would, Alphonse. Thanks
Okay.
for making this easy. Buena fortuna.
Buona fortuna, Angelo.
Nice.
Okay, so we
Okay.
have a deal, right?
We have a deal.
Yeah, we have a deal. So it's a temporary business arrangement, so it's only for 1 month, but there's a better chance to extend that through, other diplomacy, like setting up a non-aggression pact or anything like that. You can kind of, after the 1 month, he'll be more likely to accept a full-term business arrangement. So good to start off the sit-downs and get that little business arrangement under your belt.
Okay.
Okay, so I want to look for Hugh's mission, which is in the trenches. I just want to hold because I don't want 5 people to talk to him.
How's it going?
How is it going? Let's have this personal conversation with an audience.
Mm-hmm.
Call me boss. Do each of the gangsters have a personal mission, Katie?
So, some of them do, not all of them, and it's tied to loyalty. So each gangster, the more time they spend with you, and the more that you take over rackets or you get into fights, different loyalty increases different ways with different gangsters and morale. Then when they get to a certain level of loyalty, their mission will unlock. So you won't really know until you get that mission journal in your or the mission in your journal, or until you see a POI, little yellow carrot form over somebody's head.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how you'll know, okay, well, this person has a mission, and you kind of you can talk to them and see what they're basically asking you to do. So with Hugh, it looks like gooey bonbon.
We have to go inside the gooey bonbon. I'm not entirely happy about that one. Thanks for the name, gooey bonbon, if you're in chat. Appreciate that.
Yep. So basically, he's looking for somebody who he knew when in his army days, and who he's kind of looking for revenge for. So that's what he wants the boss to help him with.
Okay.
So we are looking for the gooey bonbon.
Okay.
And
Gooey bonbon. Oh. You should end your business arrangement with the card sharks. Okay, well, as I said, I'm eventually planning to go to war with Stephanie St. Clair and the card sharks. So yes, I will agree to that. I'm being interrupted in my mission.
Okay.
Where do you want me to go? Begin sit-down, go on. So you can play a lot of the game from the world map. So there's no reason for me to zoom down to street level if I want to move from A to B. So I can just sit on the world map and right click on a building, and I could travel to it or begin sit down. Like, so you see me there, begin sit down, and my whole party will move to the sit down location.
Okay.
I don't like how close you've gotten to that boss inspection.
yep. So
Want you to
yep,
break
Jenna
out
again.
the business arrangement.
Ooh, I get to. Ooh, okay. So I get to get something out of this.
Okay.
Yeah.
The
So-
office, right?
I'll give you a barrel
Yeah, I
of
guess
booze.
see what
Wow,
he.
that's a lot of alcohol.
Yes, I
Wow.
will do this.
Do we even have enough capacity for?
Capacity? Probably not, but I'm taking it anyway.
All right, I accept.
You know, Angelo, God, I really, it's breaking my heart to break that deal, but for 500 barrels, I think I'll do it.
Okay.
That's
Do you want my grandmother as well in the deal?
It is. See you
that's an
around.
insane amount. Yeah.
Yeah. Good deal.
All
Alright.
back to the mission.
Usually, the gangster will ask like, "Hey, can I take care of this guy? Is that cool?" And
I'm on it.
you can either talk to the person that they want to talk to them yourself as the boss, or you can let the gangster do it themselves, which will have different effects depending on how you want to handle things. So yeah, with the brothel worker here, you could be Hugh talking to her, and it would be a different bit of dialogue.
Oh, okay.
So you do have different options in kind of how you want to handle the missions like that.
Okay. So there are some branching choices as well. You don't need to always go the same way with the quests, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
Yep, definitely.
Yeah, I'll get that 500 bucks exactly to where it belongs. Into the black
Your
market.
pocket.
Yep.
Right, I don't need everybody following me.
Gotcha.
You rang?
Oh yeah, trying to track him down then.
Mine cauldrons. Is it 500 barrels all at once or over time? It would be all at once, so you would be even those 500 barrels all at once.
Okay.
Yeah.
Injured how?
Are the gangster missions the same each time, 80?
For specific gangsters, I mean, it's the same sort of story that they want to do. So you know, for Hugh, he's always going to want to get revenge on this guy Stanley, but how you handle it is different, or can be different each time. So you can even just tell him like, all right, Hugh, good luck, go off yourself and do this. I don't want any part of it, which also could have ramifications. Like he might not come back.
Okay.
If he goes off and does it himself. So yeah, it's kind of up to you how you want to handle each of the gangster missions, and that kind of can change the mission each time.
And also, depending on the gangsters that we will hire, we'll obviously have different missions as well, because they're assigned to them. And also there are some missions that are specific to like specific situations or bosses or neighborhood and so on, right?
Right.
Exactly, yeah, and events as well. So, you know, there's different events that will trigger when you have certain gangsters employed. So, one that I always like is the Monk's Family Circus one. So, you know, you've got Grover Monks, you've got Baby Brute. These are all gangsters, obviously. And Ray and May Monks, who are twins, they were all part of the Monk's Family Circus. If you look in their description and in their background, in the character sheet, you can see that they all have this shared history. So if you hire all of them and you're going around the city together, eventually you'll get an event pop up that's about the Monk's Family Circus. So there's all kinds of stuff like that that's kind of hidden, you know, throughout the game. So you just pay attention to like their descriptions and their biographies, and if you hire people with the same, you know, with shared histories, then something might happen.
Okay.
What do you need?
So
I'll
here
probably get different. I'll get different
So-
dialogue choices if I choose to talk to him as say Capone, or
Okay.
if I
Yes.
choose to talk to him as Hugh, who is the protagonist of the story, essentially.
Exactly, yeah, because Hugh basically has already asked, like, I want to handle this myself, boss, and if you say, I'm going to do it myself and not let him talk to him, Hugh will be pretty mad, no matter what you decide to do. So it's always good to, I mean, if you want to let the gangsters do it themselves, you don't have to. You can definitely do it yourself, but, yeah.
Okay.
Am I supposed to?
So, yeah, you can...
And there's no like to liken this to something similar. There's no good or bad choices. There's just different shades of gray.
Yep.
This is it's a lot closer to you know real life moral choices than being the hero, the goody, or the sinister evil genius. I don't know why I did the same thing for both.
Yeah, I mean, you can't really... There's no right choice, yeah. Like you say, like it's just kind of what do you want to do? You know, it's do you want to keep your crew happy? Do you want to, you know, just try to go for the biggest reward? How do you want to handle it? But it doesn't mean like one is good or bad. It's just it's all kind of somewhere in the middle.
So here we have two choices that we mentioned, right? And the result will be different depending on what we choose, right?
And it's also different because you're Hugh making the decision, so...
Okay.
Yeah, I don't particularly feel like... I know with me it's typically combat, but I don't feel like killing the poor, wounded, Great War veteran.
Yeah, who's... Yeah.
Down on his luck and...
Okay.
Oh, there you go.
Alright, where's going?
So then, yeah, just chat with Hugh and...
Oh, that's a very nice lamp.
So he gave you a medal,
Oh,
and
that was really nice.
Okay.
yeah,
So we
And then
completed the
you
whole
get
quest peacefully
trait.
without shooting a bullet, and this is totally viable in the game, right?
Yep.
And Hugh picked up a trait there. He picked up calm.
yeah, calm.
Oh, nice.
That's a
So,
good
there you
trait.
go.
That's actually quite handy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, you know, some gangsters, they will be very upset if the boss talks for them and does the mission for them. Like Maria, she might threaten to leave your crew if you try to do it, but you can persuade her not to. But just something to keep in mind that sometimes it's good to let the gangster handle the situation, but again, you don't have to. Nora, if you look at her background, she moved to America from Ireland when she was 16. She became a doctor and was struggling to work in this hospital because she was not really accepted as a proper, professional. And there was this doctor that basically framed her for murder, over-administered medication to somebody, pinned it on Nora. She was basically kicked out of the hospital and found her footing with the criminal underworld.
Yeah, you can tell
there you go.
Who was last playing this with the recent history there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
We have met one of my most favorite bosses. So this is one of Ian O'Neill's stories, but like this week alone, I think I've clocked in about 15 hours just playing through a game with Sai.
Mm-hmm.
I love his voice actor. I love his story. So good, so good.
Okay.
And
And Sai's a real boss as well.
Yeah, so he's factual.
He is, yes. He's from New York, so we moved him to Chicago. Part of the Hip Sing Tong, which was an actual gang that existed in the 20s. And so, yeah, we kind of tried to work with his, again, like for his mission, work with the historical, the gang that I think it was the Golden Tong is what they're called in the mission anyway.
Okay.
That go against the Hip Sing Tong, and it was kind of this war that went on for many years in New York, and eventually I think the government had to step in and stop, basically ask Sai Wing Mok, can you like put an end to this war or stop this because it's causing too much chaos in the city.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So, before we enter one of his buildings and continue the mission, we actually have a short video prepared for Sai that we can present just now. So, that was Sai. And we are back to the game.
And Sai is a really awesome ally to have in a fight.
Okay, do you want to ally with him before we go for Stefani?
Yeah, I'll finish the mission, and we should be on pretty good terms with him, hopefully. If I'm going to go to war later
love
on
Tammy.
during this stream, I'm going to hire Tammy, I think, and I'm going to hire
She's great, yeah.
Rocco the Beef Fairy.
And Rocco's great too.
A PDX gangster.
All right.
Gotcha.
So, yeah, this is another case of letting Nora handle this, or as you can do it as a boss too. So she'll stop you and say, "Hey, let me handle this," and you can go,
Mm-hmm.
yes or no.
Okay. Let's have Nora handle it then. It's not like she doesn't have backup anyway with the four menacing figures standing in the doorway watching.
So this is the guy that made her take the blame, right?
Yeah,
okay.
he's the one who. I mean, it's complicated, as you'll see. Nora says that he's the one that administered the fatal dosage, and then Dr. Ewer says Nora's the one that administered the fatal dosage. So basically, who do you want to believe?
Okay.
But we've got a persuasion check.
I don't
also.
know Nora's persuasion, so I have no idea.
Okay.
I'll gamble. I'll take the gamble.
Yep.
Oh yeah, there we go. Nora the Pox Quinn.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, we passed. Okay, fair enough.
What would have happened if we failed?
Don't spoil it. Don't spoil it.
Yeah. Yeah, so he's
Okay.
sticking to his guns and saying, "It was you, Nora." But
Okay, so we finished
He
also
gave you-
peacefully.
Oh, that's awesome.
he
The
gave
whole
you a building.
building?
'Cause he's leaving. Yeah, so there you go.
Oh, and so that building is in this neighborhood then as well, is it?
Yep.
Oh, so we could set up a safe house, but it's a lot of
Mhm.
money,
Mm.
and I don't want to spend the money. Let's go for a casino because it's free and it's a money
Free.
generator. Chris right now is swearing at me. No, don't do that. Set up a speakeasy or something. No, Chris, it's my economy now. I'm going to do it my way. I like to gamble.
The Lost Atlantis, nice.
She got the kind trait. That's nice.
And a lot of
I
cash
don't know what
as
kind
well.
it is actually.
And you got a doctor's bag and the racket, so
Oh, the racket was incredible.
It was worth
yeah.
it. Okay.
Okay,
you
so
go.
if I make her a lieutenant in the gang, she'll give extra morale to other members, which is nice.
Mhm.
But it's the 10% chance to resist bleed and other negative status effects as well. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
We got a
Definitely.
medal from that first one I never equipped. I think I'm going to give it to
Yes.
Capone. Initiative, which is great. Max health, which is, Capone has a huge health pool, so
Yeah.
20% of that is massive. Loyalty, he doesn't use loyalty, so that's lost in him. But definitely take the health and the initiative.
So basically what happened in, I think it was the last stream, there was a pop-up, because when you make a business arrangement, there's a chance that you'll get a pop-up from your business arrangement faction, and they'll say, hey, there's a contact. We have a contact
that's super nice. Yeah.
who wants to talk to you because you've been, making a splash in town, and they want to set up a deal with you. So they basically set up this meeting between you and this guy, Jacques, who's the leader of the CMA, which is the Canadian Maple Association.
Maple Association. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Like-
They don't sell maple.
Big import-export business, that maple syrup.
That's right.
Especially during Prohibition. Big business.
So much
A
maple.
lot of hungry people. So I take it I want to be friendly to this guy.
I mean, it's probably worth it to be friendly, but or at least to take the.
I don't know who you are.
But I mean, it's up to you. Like, depends on what decision you make. When he asks you to do his bidding.
What are you offering? Grumble.
He's not wrong. I mean,
Okay, that looks like some shady business.
yeah.
In Empire of Sin, never, right?
So he's given you a mysterious bottle to pour into the stills of your friend.
What is it though? It's maple syrup.
It's just some maple syrup. It's totally fine. No, don't even worry about it.
Yeah. You didn't answer
Okay.
the question. Oh, I can
Another
definitely
check,
leadership.
okay.
I think you can get that. Yep. There you go.
Yes, it's poison.
Wow, okay.
Give me the bottle. Right, I'll do it.
So it's basically like, yeah, you might have an impact on, if you're poisoning somebody's racket, they're obviously going to serve it to customers who are drinking in those rackets. So it's basically like, do you want to cause, harm to these customers, or do you want to not do that? It's, again, it's do whatever you want to do. There's no like right or wrong kind of decision.
Okay.
There's a
But,
nuisance in the neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Jacques. I will handle it.
Okay. So the plan is to poison the stash of alcohol of Stefani, right?
Yeah.
I want to see
Now-
what this nuisance is.
There's another option that he kind of said. He said stay away from this nuisance in the neighborhood.
Oh, so we
So
can
you
potentially go
you
to
can-
Stefani and tell her about the plan. Okay, gotcha.
so through this contact, you tell her, hey, this guy wants to poison you, and she'll take the poison off of you, and that starts a whole different mission chain. So the mission chain kind of veers off here. It's a fork. And
Okay.
if you poison Stephanie, you kind of start going down this other path, and if you don't, then you start going down.
Blew up a racket.
Yeah,
ransacked
yeah,
the
that's what it
racket.
sounded like. So if you don't poison her, then you go down a different path, and you might have chances like here and there to kind of veer back into the other paths, but it's all kind of however you want to handle things.
I happen to know that we're going to war with Stephanie. So.
Yeah, you're super sneaky here.
Yep.
Sneaky
Don't mind
Capone
me.
is best Capone. Not a lot of people knew that about Al Capone. How sneaky he was.
Okay. Nobody will notice that. Even this guy that is
No,
like,
no,
Yep.
don't mind me. Don't mind me.
all good.
Oh,
Oh,
No idea.
that's perfect timing,
I was
Stefani.
fully unaware. Just,
sure. Yeah. Yeah. I think that's perfect. I think I'd love a non-aggression pact right now. Yep, I'm totally not going to stab you in the back.
Okay. So what happens now if we are in non-aggression pact with her, but we poison her stash?
That's a good point. I have no idea. Let's find out
I'd say
together.
that non-aggression pact is going to end pretty quick when she
Yeah.
finds out.
As soon as she figures out, I think she might take offense to it.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's a pretty aggressive action. I mean, so
Oh, so you actually want to attack her in the safe house right now?
Oh yeah.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's super
Oh,
easy.
I'm
no.
not going to.
Really?
I'm not going to weaken her empire. I might just save.
yeah.
Oh, you're the sneakiest, Ian. You're the sneakiest.
Snaky combat designer.
Yeah.
Not that I don't trust myself or my own, abilities, but yeah, we'll see.
Okay, okay. I mean, we have 5 minutes left, so you need to make it super quick and super effective.
Well, I'll
Like,
tell you what. I'll weaken. I should be able to kill off all the exterior guards. There are a number of them.
okay.
Oh, there's a lot of.
Oh, there's
Yeah.
police as well.
Wait.
Okay.
Yeah.
But maybe
Where's the cop?
can you can you just enter the building without fighting the guards outside
No.
and surprise?
No.
Oh,
You
okay.
have to be
Have
at
to-
war, I think,
yeah.
right?
No,
Yeah.
but even then you can't. So like even if you are trying to be extra sneaky and you want to try and weasel your way inside the enemy safe house
Yeah.
to try and maybe ambush them inside their own safe house, you can't. You have to go through
Okay.
those steps of removing the exterior guard before you can get into the interior.
Okay.
So as well, like hitting the ambush button, you can always go through your the combat queue at the top of the screen, and this will tell you who's in this fight. So it's handy before you actually trigger an ambush or trigger a fight or start a fight with somebody else. Just go through it really quickly and have a look and see. So I know that there's a cop here, but he's nearly out of the area. So I'll just let him leave.
Oh, okay.
Or he'll,
Yeah.
or he'll turn around and walk back the other way and
The worst.
run and gun.
Woohoo!
Come on. I'm gonna start getting people into position now.
You got
I like how you're just like, nothing going on here. Don't worry about it. Fine.
We are just preparing to assault, and this is not a Tommy gun that I have here, and this is not a huge shotgun. That's alright.
Ignore that thing underneath my trench coat.
Yeah. Normal day at Chicago.
I think we're good. No, we're not good. Where is he?
What's great though is if you can get the cops on your side, if you
Yeah.
have them, if you raise their faction rating, they'll just help you in the combat, which is
Oh,
really great.
really? Okay.
So if a
Yeah,
fight
if
breaks
you-
out, they'll back you against whoever you're fighting. And the safe house guards are always extremely tough too. 'cause
They
they're-
are well armored and well
Yeah.
equipped. They are much higher tier than any of you will be at the start. So always be careful if you are thinking about attacking a safe house at the start of the game. I would highly recommend against it.
Okay.
I'm going to get my own people if I do that. And that would be stupid.
No, it should be okay. Looks fine.
I think I'm okay.
Yes.
Yes.
nice.
Like you can see, that did very little damage compared
Yeah.
to the thugs that we took down earlier on.
Yeah. All the Overwatch. All of them. Oh my god. Okay. The first
At
one.
least there's one down.
So we made a perfect ambush here and we still didn't manage to kill all of them. That's
No,
impressive.
we only actually got down one. Now we did damage a lot of the other ones, so that's really good.
Yeah.
So Capone's special ability is Rain Fire, which is an area denial, essentially. So it's like a souped-up Overwatch. So as characters move in and out of it, they will take damage if they step into the area. So it's really, really good for something like an ambush. Oh, can I get you? Sure.
Just a comment here. Can you get mobsters that are away working for other bosses,
Yes.
or is that mobster unavailable for the rest of the game?
Yes, you can. Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah.
So at the start of the game, each of the other factions that you have. So when you set up the game, you can decide how many thankfully I gave Capone that medal. You can decide how many enemy factions you want in the game. So you can always set up the game the way you want to set it up. So you choose how many neighborhoods and you set up how many factions. But each faction will hire one of the gangsters from the Black Book at the start of the game. So it's always, you never really know who you're going to get to hire or who's going to be employed by somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And you know that. Oh, nice.
Oh no, it's Baby Ruth. I don't want to do that.
Oh, that boss could always, they can't afford their gangster, so the gangster leaves. Like, there's a number of reasons why a gangster might leave. So even if someone's employed at the beginning, it doesn't necessarily mean that they always will be.
That armor, man. Armor is seriously tough.
Okay, we're getting there.
Oh, that cop. I forgot about that cop. Jesus, I left him totally unattended. Oh, Nora. Where's that other guard?
Okay, super far. Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna have to deal with the cop.
Of course.
Wow,
No,
4%
way too far away.
chance. Yeah.
Way too far away.
Entendido.
Get behind something.
Oh, the cops will arrest you as well. So if the cop, that's
Yep.
why I'm so wary of the police. So if the police damage you, get you down below, I think it's 75%, they will subdue you to arrest you. So if your guys get arrested, or if your guys get subdued during combat, they're essentially they're handcuffed for the rest of that combat. So you can release them, you can run over and get them out of there, but it means that you're a man down for that combat, for the rest of that combat. And if you don't manage to release them, if you fail combat and don't release them, they're arrested,
Okay.
which is a real pain.
There is a question on the chat. If the mobster dies, is it permanent?
Yes, permadeath.
Yep.
Permadeath is a thing. It is a seriously important part of Empire Sin. If one of your gangsters dies, that's them gone for that game. So as you start losing gangsters, it starts like a cascade effect. So you need to protect your early gangsters or look after them. And your early gangsters can turn into some of your most powerful gangsters as you go down through your talent trees. So, and as you've seen when we hired Baby Brute, that cost me 30,000 for him. Now he's a really good gangster and he's up there, but it is important to protect him. I'm going to execute the cop.
All right. That wasn't that sweet.
See, we even censored it.
Appreciate it. Peggy 16. Okay, now it should be easy. Got it.
Yes! We now have access to the safe
Right.
house.
And guess what? We ran out of time.
Oh, come on!
So I'm sorry, but we
Ah.
can start the next stream from this moment and try to conquer the safe house of Stefan. So close,
Saved by the
so
bell.
close. It wasn't arranged, guys. It wasn't arranged. I promise. So thank you very much for being here. Thank you guys for watching our stream. I hope that you had fun, just as we did. And see you in 2 weeks.